What just happened? Oh, I know what happened. I moved the mouse down to. Whoop. There we go.
All right. Here we are once again, the Life on Life's Terms podcast. I'm Tom, a grateful recovering addict, and like I always say, we're not affiliated with any 12-step programs, although we do endorse them. We do believe in them.
Yep.
Recommend them for early recovery.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm Chris Mandeville. I am a recovering heroin addict.
And late recovery.
Yes.
But especially early recovery.
Yeah. We're here at a New Way Recovery Center in Quincy, Mass. on Quincy Ave. If you are in recovery and treatment, lots of resources here. There's lots of meetings here every day, all kinds. If you want to find out, you can go on to their Facebook page, A New Way Recovery Center, and they post the meeting schedule a day ahead of time every day. So
it's a great place.
Yes,
definitely should be taken advantage of down here.
Yes, and
lots of resources.
We're very grateful to them for letting us use this space as well.
Absolutely, very grateful.
And tonight, you can like and subscribe us on LOLTerms.com. You can find whether you have Android, Apple, whatever your phone is, and there's links on our page to that.
And please share this live stream if you could.
Yes, you can share it now.
Really appreciate it. Get the word out.
Yes. So tonight we have Kurt.
Pastor Kurt.
Yes.
Yes. That's Pastor Kurt to you.
To hear that.
I met him through one of our previous guests, Susan Lordy, who does 24hourpower.com, the recovery graffiti. She asked us to come out to an event, and we went out there, and that's where I met Kurt.
And there he was.
Yeah.
Well,
doing his thing.
Doing big things.
Trying.
Yeah.
Trying.
Yeah. So he's going to share a little bit about his story and what's going on.
That's just what I do?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought you guys were going to ask questions.
No.
All right.
We may stop you and interject.
Freestyle.
So where do you want me to start? My recovery story or what we're doing with
you can qualify a little bit.
Got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't have to really get into
the nitty gritty. Yeah.
We'll save that for
another podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm a person. Yeah, so I'll just go into who we are then. The Anchor of Hull. So I'm a person in recovery myself. Grew up in New York and started my recovery journey out there. And then I'm just gonna give a backstory on how I got up here in Massachusetts and we started the Anchor. Went to college to study religion, which is strange from my past life, right?
I know.
You know?
Like, so you went from addiction to religion.
Yeah.
How old did you go right out of high school to go?
No.
Okay,
I ran the streets using and selling heroin for a couple of years down in New York.
I was wondering. I was afraid to ask your drug of choice. I didn't know where you were going to go with this.
Yeah, it's the good old opioids.
Yeah,
the problem we see today.
Closest thing to pure evil on planet Earth.
Absolutely.
I know of,
Absolutely. And so I was looking to go to school for college for religion and found Eastern Nazarene College actually over here in Quincy, about a couple minutes up the road.
Yep.
And started, did my 4 years, and actually when I was, during my journey there, I was like, I want to be a pastor, but I felt, more called to work with those who were struggling with addiction, those who were locked up, my people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
This is before when you had a long-term sobriety.
Yeah.
Time.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
So I had the sobriety for a while. And actually my 4th year, I re-injured. I injured my back. I was working on a farm while going to college, and got back on the painkillers for about a month and a half, maybe 2, around there, a month and a half.
But prescribed.
Yeah, but
started
initially started as prescribed, but definitely didn't take them as prescribed. And so
right from the jump.
Okay.
No, from the jump, I was taking it as prescribed. I needed it for the pain.
Yep.
And then the story. One 1 turns into 2, 2
Yes.
turns into
you,
3.
you start with the junky math. It's like
Yeah.
take
Yeah.
1 pill every 4 hours. No, I'm going to take 4 pills every 1 hour. You know?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's how it went.
Because we can't be trusted.
Yeah.
I couldn't trust myself. I
Yeah.
don't think. You know.
Well, for me, it was really also I had my self-care was down the tubes,
Right.
And I had no accountability at the
yeah.
time.
You're in college. You're doing everything that you need
Yeah.
to do. You're studying. Like I'm sure meetings were like null and void.
It was gone. Yeah.
It sneaks
and-
up on you.
And
It really
crazy
does.
because lots of recovery in Quincy.
Yeah.
Lots of meetings.
Yeah.
Lots of people in recovery.
Right.
Well,
but-
I actually lived down in Taunton.
Yeah. Okay.
But the thing was, right? I was working. I was an intern minister or pastor at a church, and then also school. So I had no time to breathe.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Yeah.
Right. Well, that's what I was going to say. It's the no self-care thing sneaks up on you. I just went
Yeah.
through like a heavy-duty remodel of a condo, and it was like every night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was
Consumed all your time.
yeah, all my time,
Yeah.
every night and the weekends, and I have a full-time job,
Mhm.
and plus doing this.
Yeah.
And so I was eating crappy, you know what I mean? And I mean, you know, it creeps up on you. You start to realize, suddenly you realize, like, I'm really getting crazy here.
Yeah.
This is just too much.
Yeah.
You know
I mean,
what
I've been spiritually fit and emotionally and mentally fit, and had tooth surgery and took Percocet, took them as prescribed. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
It was no big
and it
deal.
was no big deal.
Right.
But at this point, I was, I was doing too much. I was living step 12 and not 10 or 11. So.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
I was wondering why I wanted to stab my youth group kids, so and throw them out the window.
You don't know nothing, kid.
Oh man! So
You want to see Jesus? I'll show you
I'll shoot
Jesus.
real quick. Oh man! So yeah. So that happened, and then I finished school. And in that period also, I feel like God redirected me, right? So like I was, on track to become a pastor, and the reason I wanted to become a pastor was because I want a head pastor because I wanted that job security, right? Like there was no money in me going out in the street and serving people struggling with addiction, right? There's no money in that to be an addiction pastor. There's no such thing. And then so I'm last month in school, Professor Montague Williams contacts me. He's actually back from California. He's coming out to see our recovery center. He goes, "Yo, you heard that they're hiring a recovery and addiction pastor in Hingham, right?" I said, "Yo, that's
your pastor
crazy."
professor said, "Yo."
Yeah, actually, no, he didn't. He didn't. Hey, he might actually. Montague might. He comes from Chicago. He comes from Chi-Town. You know?
Yeah. So you
But,
never know.
you
You never know.
But yeah, so he put me on, and
Imagine that.
crazy, and that's how I knew God was hearing me. You know what I'm
God
saying? Through
shot
my
right
prayers.
there.
Absolutely.
God shot.
Because and he also redirected my focus. Because like after that relapse, I was like, nah, I'm not going for the head pastor. It's just not. I know what I'm called to do, and I know what I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but I know it's going to happen. And I just prayed, and
That's
then it
faith
showed up.
right there,
Yeah,
man. That's
yeah,
faith.
yeah.
That's fantastic.
This whole journey has been faith, dog, because we ain't got no money.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Like we got no money. Like my salary, no joke, is up in June, and I have no money. We have no money, but it's just by faith. I know that something's gonna happen.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like it's gonna happen.
And sometimes I'm sure you're like,
Oh no, absolutely.
do I gotta make some moves?
Yeah. Ask
You
my
know?
wife. Ask my ask my
It's-
head pastor. Yeah, I get.
Which is that's your humanness.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
You know.
But
like-
I gotta check that. Like I always gotta check that.
Right.
Cause like the way I view it, I didn't get myself here. I didn't get myself out the street. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I might have took some steps, but the door was opened by someone much more powerful than me.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
So all right, yeah. So I got the job. I won't go into the whole story how I got the job because it's a long story. The job was given to someone else, and then I actually ended up getting it.
Where they buried.
No, I haven't acted out violently since
No.
January 20th of 2000 and what was it? But I remember the date. It was January 20th because that was a big problem for me too.
Oh,
It was
really?
anger
Really?
and violence. Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
we're angry as it is.
Yeah,
You know.
it's just, and that's my disease, right?
But
Like,
but what it's funny because we put it out as anger, but most of the time it's fear.
Oh, it's everything.
Everything's fear.
Yeah. I was talking to my recovery the other day.
Yeah.
And he was like, talking about all these emotions. And I'm like, dog, you are run by fear. Like, that's just bottom line. Like, my life is, can be run by fear. It was run by fear. That's why I lived the life I did the things I did, talked, walked, and did everything that way, was because of fear. And the guy who told me that actually was my first sponsor and, like, the first person who actually told me that I could have some peace. And he said, so I heard his message, where it was the message from the big book where you can't recover, right? And like, I was like, damn, I want that. I want what he's got. So I got released, and I go to a halfway house, and I'm like, yo, can you come speak? So he comes, and I get up to go get him. And then when I come back, some dude's sitting in my seat, and there's 10 other seats around, right? And I'm like, yo, dude, get out my seat. And he didn't. We fought. And then afterwards, Ed, who was my sponsor, described to me that I was experiencing fear at the time. And I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? You saw I wasn't scared.
Well, here's the thing.
I wasn't scared.
Here's the thing, man. That's, when you're, I mean, a lot of times people think that anger is closer to the opposite of fear. But anger is the other side of fear. Anger is part of fear.
Yeah, exactly.
So the opposite of fear is faith.
Absolutely. So I actually say faith. So with love, the opposite of love is fear. Fear, because you can't, right? Like what brings out hate? It's fear. Nothing else brings out hate, right? The only way you hate somebody is because you fear something about them. Yes. Or you fear what they can do, or who they are, or
how they make the world, or whatever it is,
or how they're going to affect you, perceive you,
absolutely. And so that's what he said. He's like, you were scared to be perceived as a punk, as a bitch, right?
Right.
And I'm like, damn, And then I started looking at, you do the fourth step, you write it out, you see, like, my life. I was a scared little kid, holding a gun, right? Petrified.
Fear of what everybody thinks of you.
Yep.
Fear,
That's the facade.
Exactly. Just trying to put out there that you're not.
Yeah.
When you are
terrified.
And but also, like, we're taught that we can't be scared. Like, you want something to cry about.
Yeah.
All that machismo crap that we're raised up with.
And it tells you that your feelings that you're feeling aren't okay.
Yeah. Right. You can't feel that. No,
exactly.
No.
And that's why you try to stuff them down, and that's why you have to run from them. And when that's why I believe the most sensitive people are the people who are more subjected, likely to become addicts.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So you end up getting this, spiritual ear flick.
Oh yeah.
Which is God giving you this, setting you up for this job.
Yeah. So so I moved my family up, my wife up to Hull with one more month to deliver. She was pregnant, 8 months pregnant at the time.
Yeah.
We moved up, not knowing how this was gonna go.
And you were coming from where?
Downtown.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we moved up to Hull, and they were like, "All right, start something," and I was like, I had no clue what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what I wanted to help people. I just didn't know what it looked like. I didn't know.
Right.
How did you acquire a place to start something?
That actually just happened recently, within the last 6 months. It didn't initially start out as that was going to be our objective, right? Our objective was just to, let me put it this way. There was no objective. It was just go help people struggling with addiction in Hull. And what that turned out to be now, through trial and error, literally just going out in the street, hanging out in the pier, hanging out in Hull, work, and then, like, knocking on doors like the police and being like, I'm here to help. Like, just being persistent, and, one person turns into two people turns into three people, and then they know you're there, and then your phone just don't stop ringing.
Yeah. And then other people find out what you're doing, and they're like, hey, can I help?
Absolutely. The amount of people who are like, offering like help is just, it blows me away. It's it's amazing.
And it's a small town, Hull, but it's affected largely by drugs.
Yeah.
You know,
So I
which-
mean, per
which-
capita, we're equal to. I would even say we're close to Brockton even per capita.
Yeah.
With overdoses. So like,
Wow.
I was like,
It's funny because I clicked on a
Wow.
map like a week ago, 2 weeks ago,
mhm,
and all these red dots popped up, and I'm like
in Hull.
scanning. I'm like, wow, that's Hull. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, man. And I go out to all those calls with the police,
Mm-hmm.
and we,
Oh,
we
really?
get out there, and just try to say, yo, you're not alone, man. Because when I got sober, like, it was like, arrest them or go to detox and go to AA. That was it. Like, there was no
Yeah, exactly.
like services that we have nowadays,
Right,
you know,
right.
which is a blessing.
Exactly, a
Services
blessing.
like what you're doing, you mean?
Yeah, I mean, what's offered right here, New Way Recovery Center, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
okay.
a recovery coach.
a
Well,
like
recovery
you-
coach.
you
Okay,
overdose,
thing.
you're in the hospital, whatever. Someone comes through the door and say, "Hey, you want help?"
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, the
Now.
recovery coach movement.
Yeah.
Now,
which
yeah.
is really good.
But-
you know, that started off by like really high priced people. You know,
Like,
you know, oh yeah, I'll be a recovery coach for like $3,000 a day or something.
No,
Well,
I
that's
think no.
still-
You're
a sober companion.
yes.
What is it?
So sober companion.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
I know some
Mad
people that
money.
did that and made good money.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, dude, you're a babysitter.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you, I make $0. I make no money doing recovery coaching.
No, this was sober companions. A
Yeah.
buddy of mine, he was going out to L.A.
Mhm.
I'm like, yo, how do I get
Yeah.
into that?
It's-
But
it's
then
crazy.
I hear the stories
Mhm.
where dude's like ditching him, and now he's gonna find this kid. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm all set with that.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I'm,
that's
I'm not gonna be
crazy.
running around after you.
Yeah.
You know,
That's nuts.
it's like, yeah, we can go watch some TV and go to a meeting, but you know,
Yeah.
And I love the recovery coach model. I didn't to begin with because I come from like the strict AA 12-step. Like
Yeah.
this is the only way. If you don't do
Okay.
it this way, you're not sober. You know
now
what
was
I'm saying?
that out in New York?
Yeah,
Your
yeah,
initial.
yeah. And we started like me and my boys, we started Heroin's Anonymous too, and that just blew up.
Yeah, we had.
basically used the
Yeah,
big book.
I had a HA meeting out in Bridgewater.
And I tried to contact them because I want to do one, start one. 'Cause,
Yeah.
you know, I mean,
I might even be able to still have all the books and stuff.
I ordered this. Yeah, I
Yeah.
might. Yeah, I might need some of that stuff.
yeah. Let me know.
So what was I saying? Oh yeah, the recovery coach model. So that's what we do, right? At the Anchor. We do recovery coaching, but we offer a slight variation on it at times. Also, we might overstep, change roles every. So like if I'm meeting with a kid in the beginning or someone in the beginning, I find out what they want first, right?
Right.
Like if it's a strict recovery coach, then that's what I'll do. Do you know what I mean? Like we'll meet once a week. I'll figure out, we'll help you overcome any boundaries that's blocking you off.
That's what recovery coach typically does once a week.
Exactly. Yes, I think somewhere around there. Yeah, once a week is the usual.
Mm.
But what we're trying to produce or create is actual community, right? Like that's what we think
Right.
is the core to recovery, to any recovery.
That's what 12-step recovery is. It's
Exactly.
Community.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's people coming together, wanting to support one another, wanting to help one another,
Mhm.
and doing whatever they need to do to achieve that.
Exactly.
Well, see, if you notice, we as human beings are super tribal,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah,
we were designed this way.
Exactly,
Republicans,
exactly.
Democrats,
Mhm.
The Red Sox, the Yankees, whatever it
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
right? So it's like that's the way it was at the therapeutic community. You were there, and then all of a sudden you were there for 3 months, and all of a sudden you switched over to being the other side. You were the one
Mhm.
kind of
Yeah.
making sure the house was running good.
Yeah.
So it was like, I'm on this team now.
Yeah.
And then when you get out into the real world, you're like, oh, no, I'm on the sober team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not one of the people who are still using, it's...
Yeah, we're definitely a tribe. I like how you say that. We're definitely a tribal people.
So you want to have the idea of people being like, all right, I can give up that identity because now I can go and be part of this team.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I'm not like, and that's how like, I'm not an addict. I'm a person in recovery. Like
There
they've
you
changed the whole. I mean, I'm chill with. I'm fine with calling myself an addict.
right.
But,
However you want to word it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But so what was I gonna say?
So it's more community. You guys
Community. Yeah, sorry, my brain.
No,
I've
it's all
shot too
good.
much drugs. you know
No,
what I'm saying?
it's us. We jump all over the place
Yeah.
sometimes. Sorry.
So-
rabbit holes all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The community. That is our model. That's what we've seen. We have AA. We have church. We have smart recovery. You have all these different forms of recovery, but what is the common factor? The common factor is community.
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to offer, right? We want to build this community to give the people the support, but also the identity, like, and that they are worth something.
Yes,
right?
and they have a sense of belonging.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
so is, like, you get these people, you reach out to help them, but then, like, with the Anchor and Hull, like, there's also stuff there for their families, for their kids.
Yep.
Like, you guys are, like, pulling the whole the whole deal together.
Wow, yeah, that's good.
So we're doing
stuff.
a family we host a family afterwards group. It's actually at our church now because we just got the building. We've been fixing it up.
Yeah.
But we're starting another family afterwards group up at us. It's very similar to it's a 12-step model. What's Al-Anon?
Yes,
it's very similar to that.
Yeah, and I
Mark
spoke
and Sean
to
Mahoney. You know them.
Yep.
So they started it at our church.
Yes,
and it's been awesome, man.
Yeah, they're a couple good dudes. It's funny because I've known them since they were little kids.
Yeah.
I ran around with
Oh.
their dad in recovery.
Yeah.
Bobby's children.
Bobby's kids.
Wow.
Hey, sober house.
Yeah.
Treatment center.
Official.
Like.
Wow.
Yeah. Like 12-step retreat.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because they were sharing, and at the end of the meeting, this was a few years back, and I'm like, "Is your dad's name Bobby?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Dude, I knew you when you was like this big." And they're like, "Huh?" And then they talked to their dad and his dad, you know.
How
but
is
good
he?
kids.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Bobby's Bobby. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, he's actually, that's breaking anonymity.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got that, and really what we're trying to create is this space, the safe, sober space where you don't have to be in recovery, but sorry, I don't know why I said there. You don't have to be in recovery there. You could struggle from depression, you could struggle from anxiety, you could just be a person who wants community.
We are all
Right.
in recovery from something. Everybody.
Yeah.
Whether it be trauma.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be food, shopping, sex, like it doesn't matter.
Those last three were kind of symptoms of the
disease.
Trauma.
Yeah.
Well,
The
it's
trauma
all
is, is where, because I believe that when we start out, we're okay,
Yes.
and then we have the trauma, whatever it is, and then we change into being something that may or may not work, and a lot of times it doesn't work, and we turn to drugs, we turn to sex, we turn to gambling, we turn,
But if we never address that trauma, like even last week when our guest was on, like trauma is like affects you at a physical level, like it gets locked up in your body.
You're tense, and
but it's
that's
it all starts with that.
I agree.
I'd like to research and get into like the healing of trauma. And that's like such a key point.
Yeah, if anyone out there is a specialist on trauma, we would like to hear from you.
Yeah, not physical trauma.
We actually, that's something we're very interested in now because we've had so many deaths. We want to get a grief group started, or for the family members who've suffered a trauma themselves, right?
Yes.
The death of a loved one.
Yeah.
So grief, trauma, all that stuff is intertwined in it.
And I've been there, man. That place is big.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
pretty nice.
I like it.
Yeah. So we just got the carpet down. I'm trying to get the pool table. Somebody took the pool table apart, and I don't know if we can get it back together. So if anybody's got a pool table and wants to donate it, like
because I remember that lady from that night. She was looking for someone with a truck right then. She's like, we can go get it right now.
Yeah. So we couldn't get it out the house, and then I left. I was gonna break it down, but then I got a call, and I had to take someone to detox. So then I left some people there, and then when I come back, it's in pieces, and I'm like, how are we gonna get this back together? It's usually like a professional has to pull the felt and all that.
Because I think it's like 3 pieces of slate.
Yes,
then the felt.
Yeah.
So you have to have that stretched and glued. Like you could have just taken the legs off and
that's what I did to begin with, but they're like, I couldn't get it out. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
But
or if you know how to put a pool table together and you're a professional and you want to donate some services.
Yes. Please. Because and honestly, because I've had 4 people in the past week like, yo, is that pool table up yet? Is that, you know what I'm saying? And just to get the people there, like I'm chilling with like high school kids too. You know what I mean?
Which is, listen, man, Hull is great in the summertime. you know, they got the beach, you got
Winter.
you know, but wintertime,
Yeah.
there's nothing out there.
Yeah. Well, interesting enough, I want to write, when I go back for my master's, I want to write a paper on this. You notice how in towns like not towns, but places like Cape Cod or Hull or beach towns, right?
Yeah.
You notice how there's high depression, high mental health,
Mental illness
issues. Depression, anxiety, addiction. I mean, it's prevalent in those areas, and my theory is that it's because you have this crazy influx of people from May or June until August, September, and then all of a sudden, all that energy is gone, right?
Right.
And then there's nothing to do, even though really, I mean, it's the same stuff that was there in summertime. It's just less people. So I feel like there's something there. I don't know. I want to do some research on that.
Right. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm definitely picking up what you're laying
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
It's like almost like a seasonal depression.
Yeah.
Because
exactly.
I know for myself, man.
Yeah.
When it's dark at 4 p.m,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I just don't want to do nothing.
You can get into, maybe it has something to do with the high highs and the low lows, and get
Mhm.
into a cycle where, you know, you have all your fun in the summertime, and then you just drop it right out.
Mm-hmm.
And you miss it.
Hull is definitely I mean, it's a beautiful town. I love it. I mean, I'm glad to call it home. But again, the only thing, so I told you I was going out knocking on doors. So, I work with the SAD students in the high school too, and the same answer, I got the same answer from them, from the students, and also the adults who used to be students, and they said to me, if you don't play football, if you don't play sports or you're not in theater arts, there's nothing for you to do up here.
Yeah.
So that's when we were like, we need to create something for
That's
these
funny,
people.
because I used to live in Seattle, and I mean, it's the biggest suicide rate in the country.
Yeah.
So it rains from like end of September to like end of April, pretty much, right? But then when it's like everything comes alive. There's festivals every weekend, multiple, and everybody's outside all the time, the whole time. It's like everybody lives their whole life. And then
in
what
those
do you do?
few short months.
Those few short months, what do you do when it starts raining? You go into the bars.
Yep.
The bars are where you hang out every night.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we did.
Exactly.
We drank,
Yeah. So that's like, so it's like, what can we do? So that's what we're trying to offer, right? Whatever the community wants, come in and do it, right?
Yeah.
Somebody said they want to watch Game of Thrones. I'm like, yo, let's have a Game of Thrones night, right? Somebody wants to watch the football game. I'm like, yo, come watch the football game here, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's whatever you want the space to be. That's what we want it. We want the town to use it.
It's a community center. Pretty much.
Pretty much.
But
and the reason I
you don't want to label it.
we're because we're trying to because in all reality we are a church,
Yes.
right? We're not trying to hide the fact that we're a church. We're not trying to hide the fact that I'm doing this because of what I believe Jesus has done for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
But that doesn't mean I don't help people that are Muslim, atheist, Jewish. I don't care what you are.
Right,
I'm going to serve you.
Exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm called to do, be a servant. You know,
Yes.
love and serve, period.
Yep.
Nice.
So that's why we're trying to we don't know if we're going to call it community center, recovery center. We want it to be a place, the anchor of Hull. Come and
Yes.
chill.
The
Come
anchor.
and be a part of community.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's what we're trying to produce up there. That's why it's a little different, and our model is a little different, right? So if you want recovery coaching, I'll give you recovery coaching, and we have trained recovery coaches, and we're doing a training up. We're doing the RCA Memorial Day, I think it is. We do the trainings also, but what we're trying to create are partners, or and we don't have a name for it yet. We were thinking something like compassionate partner or something like that, where we want to live life together.
Mm-hmm.
So whereas you'll have some boundaries when we're recovery coaches, we have boundaries
Right.
and stuff. I have to put up boundaries. That's just the model.
Yeah.
We, if a person wants more than that, we offer that I just call it family. Do you know what I mean? That family vibe.
Yeah.
That's what,
So you can step outside the recovery coach box.
But then they know that, right?
Right.
Like I set the precedent. I don't just say I'm still the recovery coach. Our role has changed, If you want straight recovery coaching, because then, you mess with the model and stuff like that. And I don't want to,
Right.
the recovery coach model is amazing, and I don't want to mess with it. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right. So it's kind of like, you got to say, all right, I'm not recovery coach now.
Exactly.
This is
Or
what's going on.
I wear so many hats: sponsor, mentor, pastor, recovery coach, and I just need to know. You know, we need to know beforehand, what are we doing here?
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying? So,
Yep.
you know, that's what we
Doesn't
offer.
mean that you can't address everything that
No.
you just mentioned
No.
at one time,
Yeah, yeah.
at one sitting.
Yeah.
But
So that's why, like, and it's strange. Like, it's this. It is a different model. It's recovery coaching, but so we use some of the recovery coaching techniques, but we take it a step further almost. You know.
yeah.
So it's a little different. We don't have a name for it yet. We're just family. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
right.
That's what we call it, family. Like the people that I met and we started serving, they're my family now, right? Like
Yeah.
they're aunts to my kids, uncles to my kids.
Right, right.
Do you know what I'm
right.
saying? Like Benita, shout out if you're listening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like a couple people
That's
like
great.
that. They're just, we're family, you know?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
And so now, do you do service at the church?
Yeah, so Jeremy
or you just
Scott
like
actually.
you said, do you just
I just
meet
do
people
me.
in the
Yeah,
street?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
I do like occasionally when they ask me to preach and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's more Jeremy. Jeremy Scott's the head pastor.
Yep. I met Jeremy, good dude.
Yeah, good dude, real good dude. I mean, that dude is so compassionate, man. Like,
And it's funny you're talking about that because like lately that's like been really resonating with me and like the people that I hang out with, like that's so huge.
what
Compassion.
Yeah,
Exactly. That was just occurring to me.
Compassion.
That is something that's so to be looked up to. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
That is. It's just so important, and it's such a quality that that seems to be like on the other side of the coin of the active addiction side.
Yeah,
you
it's
like
lack.
look down
Yeah,
on
yeah.
somebody who's compassionate. You look down on them.
like they're
Yeah.
weak.
You like their weakness. It's a weakness, but to me in my life now, it's just if I see someone who's truly compassionate for a compassionate sake, it's something to look up to. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
absolutely.
It's like, my God.
And I think like that's how we are supposed to be.
Absolutely.
That was like what
How we're
Jesus was
designed.
teaching.
Exactly.
And, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Exactly.
how God designed us.
Absolutely.
Like I go to Life Community
Yeah, beautiful church.
and
yeah.
and last month it was are we flourishing or floundering? And as a race, we're kind of floundering.
A
You know
bit.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
there's not the compassion and
It's all about what I can get, me and mine.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
yep.
Um,
It's like I got to look like this one. I got to do what they do. you
So
know?
when I met Jeremy, actually, this is what this dude, and he'll tell you, he had every opportunity in the book, right? He's a white male, had a good family, good upbringing, didn't need to get involved in any of this stuff, right?
Yeah.
But that's how, he's just, it's just like you said, Jesus, he embodies Jesus. He's living into that truth and faith. And that dude is like, I don't know what to do, but I want to help. This was his original idea. He's like, I don't know what to do, but we have to, and these were his words, we have to do something more than just say, you're in my thoughts and prayers. Like, we have to do something tangible to help these people.
Yes.
And
yes.
it was birthed out of that, what we're doing now. So
That's
I mean,
awesome.
dude is a beast. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we had good conversations that night. I was like,
Yeah.
definitely.
Absolutely.
And I just got like, you guys are just regular folk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like family. Like
Yeah.
that's how it felt. Just that one night, just talking. I was like
Yeah.
so comfortable.
That's
you know?
that's what we're trying to create, right? Like, usually you think of a pastor, right, and you're like, oh, it's this perfect dude who's like, holy and doing amazing things. I'm a fucked up, fallible person. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm just, that's what it is. It's not, and Jeremy's the same way. He will tell you that he is just a normal person. You know what I'm saying? It's just how it is. He's humble.
That's
he's,
good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we relate to people who are.
Sorry for cursing also.
No, that's all
All
right.
right.
No, we on the podcast. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
That's
All
your
right.
it's your personal
All
preference.
right. If you want to bleep that out.
No, well, we're live, so.
Yeah. Oh, shoot.
It's
Oh, look
it's
at
easy-
Sean Mahoney right there. You
What
missed,
up, Sean?
You missed your shout out,
Yeah,
kid.
I shouted you out earlier,
Yeah.
bro.
You're gonna have to rewind it.
Yeah.
we relate better to people if we know they're fallible.
Yeah.
Mm.
We put people on a pedestal and then we're not ourselves around them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's easier to relate to someone
Absolutely.
who you know. Well, you know they're fallible. That's the whole model of like an open AA meeting. You can relate to the story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
And then you feel like, oh, you know, how many times you hear it? Like, oh, he was telling my story, and that's what changed it for me. I knew that I could be it better. You know, when you're talking with somebody on a pedestal, you're like, oh yeah, I knew that type of good stuff exists, but that's not me.
Exactly.
You
Like,
know what I mean?
is that even obtainable?
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
so it's a horizontal relationship as opposed to a vertical as opposed to horizontal, right? Like, that's what we're all about, is horizontal, peer to peer.
Yep.
I am, you am, it's us. You know, there's no separation.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what we're trying to create. So,
Yeah, definitely good things going on over there.
thanks, man. Yeah.
And I had spoke to you as well about, you know, maybe starting a
Oh
meeting
yeah,
out there,
yeah. Whenever you're ready, bro.
Because we had a guest on here that has a mom's meeting, but I know there's a lot of dads out there too.
Absolutely, I'd go to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, got kids, and you know, there's kids involved in the center, and provide a sitter. You know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely. Yeah.
could be something that could take
Absolutely,
off.
absolutely.
You know?
We're trying to create a little like space for the kids too. There's like an arts room, but I want to create like a there's a little fenced-in area outside. I want to create like a
American
jungle
Ninja
gym.
Warrior.
Yeah.
American Ninja Warrior wipeout type thing.
Check it. The first thing I got was a climbing wall.
Yeah.
Somebody's like, "Yo, you want a rock climbing wall?" I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna use it, but hell yeah, I want a rock climbing wall. Why not?
Yeah, right.
And when I saw it, it's cool. It's like a small thing for kids, and I'm like, oh, yo. I was just thinking we can create that outside and put that like rubber pellets down.
Yeah.
And maybe some swings and like just create that for the kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's for the community, whatever they need. You know, got the
this-
Xbox, TV, pool.
I know.
Ping pong, foosball, whatever.
Oh,
you
is
know
the
what I'm saying?
foosball up there
Foosball's
now?
up. Foosball's
Yes.
up. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. We're gonna have to show up there.
Absolutely. You're welcome. So the grand opening is let me our first I don't want to say event because it's not an event, but like the first real thing we're going to do up there, we did the graffiti night, but we're doing Saturday night hangout. We're going to come up with a better name because that's mad corny, but that's where we're going to start. It's going to be from 6 to 10, and it's just going to open the doors and just come chill. And we want to build upon that, right? Like go from Saturday to Friday, and then go from Friday to Thursday, and just eventually I want it to be open all the time. It's just we need to get the volunteers to have the space open.
Yes.
So that's on April 27th from 6 to 10 is the first Saturday night hangout. But the official grand opening is 6 to 9 on May 18th. It's the first grand opening. We're going to have speakers, guests, all that stuff, like a shindig, you know what I mean?
And this is the Anchor of Hull. It's what, 7 Hadash?
7 Hadassah Way. Yep.
Hadassah Way.
Hadasah. But it's crazy. So Hadassah, the street sign has 2 S's. Google has 1 S, and the mail delivery post office. Damn,
Don't tell me they're gonna say I have 3 S's.
No, they're like they. I think they're 1 S, and we start getting things printed as 2 S's. I mean, it's just a mess. I don't.
So you don't even know.
I don't know what
how
it is,
it's really
just,
spelled.
I don't know. Oh, the street sign is 2 S's, but on Google Maps in the post office it's 1 S. So just type it.
So you're gonna have to talk to the signs and signals at Hull.
Yeah.
Like,
just,
hey,
smoke. Oh, I thought you were saying like smoke signals.
No. You gotta fix that sign.
Yeah, word.
Yeah, the sign's spelled wrong. Probably.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. But 7 Hadassah Way, come in the parking lot, you know, and just show up.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we know a few people out that way.
Yeah.
My girl's from there.
Yeah.
Kristen, she's from Hull.
Yeah,
and
man.
you know, like, definitely want to be involved in this.
Absolutely.
You know, it's I think it's imperative to the people out there. I think it's a great thing that's happening.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's kind of isolated out there.
It is.
That's the
listen.
that was the purpose. That was the reason.
It's
why
like
we
the
went
end
in.
of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
World's End is literally right there.
right across the water. Yeah.
It's right after World's End. So I mean,
it goes further than World's End.
Yeah.
But World's
go
End,
past
you got to go
World's End.
back into Hingham to get there.
Exactly.
You
So
know?
that was the original idea because there was nothing in Hull for these people, right?
Yeah.
And there's one bus if you're in Hull, you're stuck in Hull, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Like that's just how it is.
I know my sister lives out there too. I want
Yeah.
her to get more involved.
Yeah.
It's funny because I hadn't seen her in probably 2 or 3 years, and she showed up at.
Really?
I hit her up and was like, "Hey, what are you doing? I'm gonna be right
That's
down
crazy.
the street." Yeah,
That's crazy, man.
it is crazy because
That's
like
awesome though.
we're family, but and she struggles with the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
got a
Like,
good friend who I got sober with who's lives in Hull.
Nice.
Yeah, maybe he can.
yeah.
Come through. We just
One of our guests too, Liz.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
who?
Liz. She was a coach, basketball coach.
No, wait, the football coach.
No,
No.
she coached basketball. Liz. Lodigan.
Girls basketball.
Oh, I'm thinking of different.
Yeah.
The football coach is actually female.
Oh, really?
She's a beast. She played professional not a beast in a good way, guys. I'm not saying she's a bad.
No.
She's
No.
awesome. She's
Yeah.
she's so awesome. She's actually the health and wellness teacher in Hull, and she brought. I go in and I do classes there and stuff like that. Do
Yep.
opioid awareness, what to look for in your
Yep.
friends and stuff like that, and what to do in case of an overdose, and then just like
Which is great.
try to
Yeah.
just get them prepared.
The Improbable Players was just at the high school.
Yes, and I missed that. I missed it.
We had her on.
Megan.
Yes, Megan Perry.
Megan Perry.
How was it? It was awesome, right? Or did
I
you
didn't get to see
so
it.
mad I missed it.
But also, we have friends. They run an organization called No First Time.
Okay.
John and Stephanie Green,
Mm.
which we will be having on here as well, and they go into middle school,
Nice.
and like
Before.
they lost their son at 19 years old. He started when he was like 15, I think, 14 or 15,
Yeah.
and like so now they're like they're trying to get kids to not use at all.
That's awesome.
That's
awesome.
and
Mhm.
it's a great organization.
And so, right, like, yes, we do like overdose and relapse prevention, right? Like
Yep.
that's what we're trying to do. But we want prevention altogether, right? That's why we're offering the space to the kids. We're going to give them like we're strictly just like kids nights and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
We have youth group on Sunday, but
Yep.
we're going to have I'm envisioning like strictly kids time, so like
They
the
can just
parents
do
don't got to
whatever.
worry about like is there like creeps or
Yeah, yeah,
who's at the building. I shouldn't
Exactly.
say creeps because ain't no creeps, but yeah, so it'll be a safe environment and give them something to do, right? Like that, just come play Xbox, come, and we're working with the SAD students, and we're gonna have them come and I've asked them what they wanted there, and
Yeah.
they've had some input also in
Which
how
is
the
good.
building was designed,
Which
so,
is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
wonder. I wonder how what the best way is. Just to give the information to the kids, just to hang out with the kids more.
That's what I think. I
Yeah?
really think it has to do with, that relationship.
Yeah, that
building a true-
one-on-one, that
yeah.
personal,
Yep.
like,
Cause check it, when I got started, like I was doing my thing, but then like a person who was affiliated in a certain gang, he was this older figure, and it was who I looked up to, right?
yeah,
And
Yeah.
he took me under his wing, and so if we could just have a positive figure there for the person,
Positive role model.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think that would go a long way.
yeah,
You know?
Yeah.
and that's like that's been kind of lost along the way.
Yeah.
Like I remember they used to have like the Boys and Girls Club and
yeah.
Big Brothers Big
Big
Sisters,
brothers, yep.
and those organizations are still out there,
Mm-hmm.
but they're few and far between.
Yeah,
Well, I
and people
think-
aren't getting like as involved as they used to.
Well, I
Yeah.
think that maybe qualifies as like a bigger yes, because you, in order to say no to something, it helps out to have a bigger yes. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to do that because that's going to get in the way of this thing that I really want to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
if you kind of have like a role model, maybe that's kind of like a bigger yes. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I want to be like this. You know?
Yeah.
But if you got
Absolutely.
nothing, you're
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll go.
Absolutely, man.
Shoot
That's
heroin under a bridge.
Yeah,
or something
yeah.
like that.
or in the fort in Hull.
Yeah,
You know what I
in the
mean?
fort. Oh, the fort.
Or,
God.
that place is awesome, but yeah, it's.
I went there with my girl. She brought me over there, and
Uh-huh.
the only time I had ever been there,
Mhm.
it was summertime. It was dark. I was drunk. I destroyed a car that was parked in the cemetery behind it.
Oh my word,
dude!
Statute of limitations.
I was
Yeah.
just, bro, I
Over
was
on that
trying
one.
to think
Wait,
of the word.
hey, wait!
Yeah. It's 7 years,
And-
something like that. You good?
And it's funny
Okay.
because a girl that was there is now a police officer in Brockton and works with my buddy Derek Quirk. Shout out to Revelations Recovery.
Oh, I'm
And
supposed to meet him.
Yes,
Yeah,
you will.
yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
definitely relationships are being built.
Yeah,
Things
yeah.
are happening.
Yeah.
And she works with him, and like she's into the whole addiction thing. But
Nice.
like I remember just destroying this car for no good reason.
Terrible.
Right?
Yeah.
And then we leave. We're driving, cruising the beach.
Mhm.
You know, like you do it in Nantasket.
What else?
And
is
the
there to do?
kid's car that we destroyed.
Joker.
There they are. My buddy's like, uh-oh, and he don't try to take off because we're in the parking lot,
Mhm.
but he let the clutch out and then chirped the tires, and the cops seen that,
Oh, no.
arrested, the whole nine.
Oh,
And
messed
so, like,
up.
I hadn't been up there since I was like 16, and then I went up there in the daytime. I was like, wow, this place is
it's actually
really
beautiful,
cool,
right? Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
Like, and then you see all these little rooms. And,
Yep.
Yeah.
My first, I actually envisioned like how, because we do one of the things we do is like sober open mic nights, and
Yep.
I envisioned having it there, and we still might in the summertime
Open
having
mic
it in
Music or
yeah,
comedy?
whatever you want to do.
Spoken
What-
word,
spoken
whatever,
word,
right?
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had musicians, we've had spoken word, we had
cool.
storytellers, we had a 10-year-old kid telling jokes. You know what I mean?
Really?
It's just- yeah, yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, it was we used to rent out the nights of Columbus, and that's when we started to
Okay.
realize we needed a building, right? Because
Mm.
people would keep saying like, "Oh, where are you located?" or when can I come?" And I was like, "We don't have a place." And
Wow.
I was like, "We need a spot for these people."
Right.
And that's when that was born. And you know, and when you talk about faith, man, when I'm not joking, dog. Like, we don't got money. Like, my salary's up in June, but like
Yeah.
something always shows up, like clockwork, bro.
Yeah.
I can't explain it. And so we just went out on a limb and we're like, all right, we're gonna get this building, man. It's more important to me right now to have this building.
That's you take the action.
yeah.
You take the action.
And God will do the rest.
Yeah.
You're
You know what I'm saying?
renting the building?
So we're renting, yeah. So check this out, right? This building, it's a great building if they're listening. It's a great building, but it was
It
pretty
needs
much
work. It's old.
abandoned for
Yeah.
like 13 years. It was used as
My-
storage.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
girl used to take dance lessons there
Yeah,
back in the day. Kristen took dance
Oh,
lessons
yeah.
there, and then it was like an office for the school,
for the school administration.
or
Yep.
something.
Yep. And then it was like warehouse for Wellspring.
Yeah.
And I'm not joking you, dog. Like, it was trashed. It was in bad
Yeah,
shape.
yeah.
So they're like, all right, well, you know, we went back and forth, and we created this lease where, like, you know, we fix up the property and we get really cheap rent,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Nice.
So you're
Good
putting some
stuff.
money into the building, but you're getting
Yeah.
a break on
Yes, it's we're both winning
yeah,
in this situation.
yeah. They're if
I mean, they're
if
they're
you guys
upping the
move on,
value.
they got a nice
Exactly,
building. You know,
exactly, and they're awesome. I mean, it's the temple.
yes,
And they're just
Yeah.
awesome, and that's just so cool, right? Like a church and a temple coming together, right? Like
right.
there should be no boundaries between us as humans, right?
Mm-mm.
Like love should overcome all of that, and that's what we're about.
Absolutely. Like
You
it's
know?
if you want to pray to that, pray to that.
Yeah.
You call them whatever you want.
Yeah,
They
I mean,
use-
I
to
choose to
me-
call him Jesus.
To
you
me,
know?
he's all, they're all the same person.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
and I can talk to him anywhere.
Yeah.
You know.
I believe that 100%.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
For sure.
But see, that's important to me, though. That's very important to me because there's a lot of, and I don't want to bash Christians, but there's a lot of, you know, like this is the only way, and if you're not my way, I'm not going to welcome you into my church, right?
And
It's not my job to change a person. That's
Right.
between God and them. I am called to love them, regardless of who they are, what they look
Yeah.
like. That is my sole job. Love them. So I don't care what you are, who you are.
and I
love you.
believe there's a lot of things that you know, like you get the Bible and all that, but I think there's some stuff that might have been misplaced or not.
Yeah. There's. I mean, again,
You know,
but so this is so my point.
because I don't
was-
think that's how it was meant to be.
Oh, the Bible.
It's like everybody.
we could do a
just-
theology. Yeah, we
just
could
bring
definitely
everybody.
we could definitely have a theological
Well,
discussion
he
after
said,
this.
Jesus said the two most important commandments, or
Boom.
two most important rules
Hit it.
are love God
Boom.
and love your brother.
Yeah.
Fact.
Those are the
Yep.
two most important. So.
The rest of the Bible is that.
Right.
You don't even read your Bible if you want, but you don't even got to read the rest of your Bible. That's love God, love your neighbor. Period.
Yep, the two
Yes.
most
Right?
important
That
commandments.
That's right.
everything else comes out of that, flows out of love.
Exactly.
Period.
Uh-huh.
So like, but check it. This is what I wanted to say was right. We could be closed-minded as Christians, like, and be very have prejudice, homophobic, have
Yep.
a lot of these bad qualities, and that's what I wanted to put out there is that like, if your beliefs are different than mine, I don't care,
Right.
right? Like, do you, son? Like,
Yeah.
I'm still gonna love you. Period.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's
So don't
like,
get scared away because we're a church. Is
it's
what I'm
like-
trying to say.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it reminds me of in the Bible there was the Pharisees.
Mm-hmm.
They were like the religious people of the time. Well, Jesus condemned them.
Fact.
Because they were so strict and they were pompous and and they were,
Yeah. The great I am. They
Yeah.
thought they were God.
Yeah, they'll sit there and pray in front of everybody so that they can be seen.
Yep.
But
Yeah, I agree. And that's the anchor of all, right? I don't care. Just community and love. I don't care about anything else.
You need something, go there. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
fact. If you like, again, it doesn't even have to do with addiction. If you need to be loved upon,
Yeah.
not in a weird way, but if you need,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That sounded fucking weird.
Come on down, we'll love upon you.
Oh man, I'm messed up. All right, but yeah, like come on down. Like we I work with people struggling with depression, with anxiety, with eating disorders, with just lonely people.
Yeah.
Come on,
Exactly,
through. That's
exactly.
what we do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
I
think that
tagged it
lonely-
in the post, the Anchor of Hull.
Word.
I also tagged North Street Community Church of the Nazarene in Hingham. That's where you're out of.
That's where we're from. Yeah.
If anyone wants to get a hold of you, they can go on these pages.
Yeah, you can go on the page. It has my number on there or the anchor number, but if eventually I'll get other people to hold it, but it goes straight to my cell phone. It's 781-534-9327. My wife's not pleased always, and even my support group because it's on 24/7. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm always on call. Like, I try to say no. I try, and I need to work on that for my own self-care because otherwise I burn out.
You need
Right.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like today was my
boundaries.
day off, right? And actually I don't want to go into it because then that's making me look like I'm good. But I worked.
Yeah.
I tried to take off, but it just happens, man. So call the number. It don't matter if I'm not available. We got other recovery coaches. We got other people to help you. Go on that. Go on the website www.theanchorofhull.org. Yeah, that's it. Or mostly the Facebook page is where everything is posted. Like whatever we're doing, Facebook page is the best way. Or you can contact me or my program director, and she can get you on the email list. And
How is
just
the
a monthly
name of the
email list.
Facebook page
I think-
worded?
I'm pretty sure it's
The Anchor
The
of
Anch-
Hull.
Yeah, it's all one word though, right? Oh no.
no.
You just have to type in serious. So I think
Right
it's
there.
you just type in the Anchor Hull. I don't think there's an of in between. I wish I could.
That's what it says
I'm
right
sure
here.
you'll find
there
it
it
as
is.
soon as you
Yeah.
start trying
See
to
right there?
search it.
That's they can see that.
No, they can't see that. I wish they
Okay.
could. But if you go on to, I tagged it in the post. Put your cursor over it. Boom, pops up.
Yeah.
Click right on it.
Yeah.
It's actually an anchor. Is the
It's
symbol.
the logo. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the Anchor. It's either the Anchor of Hull or
At
Anchor
the
Hull.
Anchor of Hull.
Yeah.
All one word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. One word. Everything's on there. So once it's all, just come check us out. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If anything you need help or
Nice.
whatever. So,
Well, thank you for doing all this great work.
yeah.
Yeah, man. It
Well, it was done for
awesome
me.
awesome to have you on here.
Thank you.
And like right off the rip when I met you that night,
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
He's
I just
coming
started
on the
talking.
podcast.
Yeah, I just started talking to him. I was like,
yeah.
man, we're vibing already. Like
Word,
this is
yeah.
definitely gonna happen.
Nice.
You know,
Absolutely.
because like you're doing what you're called for,
Yeah.
but you're doing it as you.
Yeah, I
You know
appreciate
what I mean?
that.
Which is
Right.
it's that when you meet people where they're at,
Mhm.
where you're at,
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
that's everything. You
Yeah,
know,
fact.
like you said, you're like, I'm not that guy up there. I want to meet people in the street.
Yo, you
I was-
talk to me for 5 seconds, you'll know I'm not that dude up there straight up. You know what I mean?
I know. We were in your office and you were like, a couple curse words. I'm like, oh man, this is awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome, you know?
So, yeah.
But yeah,
I
definitely-
appreciate. Thank you for having me on, guys. I
Yeah,
appreciate
thanks
it,
for
and I love
coming.
what you're doing, man. Getting the message out
Yes.
that there is hope.
Yes.
You know, you guys
Yeah,
are doing
we're trying,
awesome, bro.
man.
Thank
Yes.
you.
We
For
love
real.
doing it.
Yeah.
We try, you know, like
It's not
Not
always
everybody-
easy.
yeah,
Yeah.
not everybody can get out to a meeting. Not everybody can get out of the house, you know? So like
Not everybody's into what we're doing, I guess, but
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
it is
But
what
some
it
will,
is.
right? And you're gonna touch
Yeah.
somebody's lives, and you're doing awesome work, guys.
Yeah.
For real.
definitely. I know I listen to podcasts and I learn
Yeah.
a lot from them.
Mhm.
You know, if I have time, I just pop my earbuds in, you know.
Definitely.
Oh, I think we learn a lot just from having the podcast. You know,
Yeah,
doing the
absolutely.
podcast,
I can
you know?
imagine. I definitely can imagine you
Yeah.
guys learn. So, is this gonna be recorded though? Like, can
You can go back and watch
go
it.
back
yes.
and watch it? All right, cool.
Absolutely.
All right,
It'll be
I'll
on
ask
our
for the
page,
link.
your
All right,
page.
cool.
I think the Anchor's
Everybody
page.
Yeah,
who's
church
sharing this
page.
right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody that's sharing.
All right, no doubt, no
You
doubt.
know.
I'm just not sure how this stuff works. I'm new to the whole technology.
Yeah,
scene,
it's
you know
all
what I'm
good.
saying?
Yep.
I was locked up in rehab for most of the technology boom. So when I came out, it was like Facebook and like
What is it?
I didn't even have an iPhone until my wife made me get one. Like I was just like, why? And now it's a problem. I'm addicted to it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I
yeah,
can't live
yeah.
without it. But
Yeah. Wasn't you having a problem with a game or something too?
yo, son,
Did you get away?
no, yo. Not only do I play that game still, I was like,
Now
there's
you got another one.
yeah, bro. Because listen, there's like this nap, what's called nap. Yo, this is the nerdiest thing I've ever done in my life, and I'm probably gonna get beat up for even talking about it. But I won't be allowed back in the hood after the. So there's
Street
nap-
cred null
yeah,
and
street
void.
cred null and ghetto pass revoked. So
Yeah.
they it's like peace in the kingdom I'm in. So I'm like, nah, I'm in this to like kill people and have fun, yo. So like I went on another game and so I'm like in this other kingdom killing people and stuff. So not real life, like this is fake, but
So the first game is like there's a
it's
treaty
still
going
there.
on.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a
I'm still
treaty.
playing. There's still like a treaty, but like no, actually there is war starting in an hour and a half. So I got to get home and smash some dudes. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have an outlet, bro.
Yeah,
you know?
it's funny because I remember you talking about it that
Yeah.
night.
Oh, it's a problem, son.
Mm.
It's definitely an addiction. I'll probably need to go to start a GOG anonymous meeting or something like that. But,
Yeah, right.
yeah. So.
Do you have problem with iPhone games?
Yes, yo, bad. My
Call
wife's
me.
like, get off that thing, man.
Yeah.
But so it's real, actually. Now that we're laughing about it, but it's real.
It is. It is.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
If it takes up more time than
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. So I'm trying to be more intentional about that too. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Spend time with the kids, spend time with the wife. So
Listen, this thing distracts everybody.
yeah, man. Especially
know.
because it's work and it blows up nonstop,
Yeah.
man, nonstop.
And the kids,
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, it's doing something to their brains.
His uncle, my brother-in-law, bought him not an iPad, one of these.
Just a little tablet.
Bro, he's not even 2 years old. This kid's doing scrolling and watching. He knows how to do this stuff already. It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
But gotta go.
No.
Oh.
No, she's got to let her boy in.
Oh, okay, got you.
They locked the door, so we got locked up.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, man,
yeah.
definitely. Thank you for coming on.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
You know, if there's any way we can help, you
Yeah.
know, like if you have an event or whatever, maybe we can show up. We can broadcast.
Yeah, and do
from
the
there, you know?
broadcast from there. Absolutely. Saturday nights. Well, you got the dates, and I'll tell you the dates when we
Yeah.
get off. But yeah.
Nice.
Absolutely.
I just want to touch on, we were talking about a new format here. Maybe once a month, we're saying or something. We're going to start a discussion,
Yes.
topical discussion podcast.
Nice.
Yep.
So yeah, we got another
Q&A maybe.
Yeah, we're gonna
a
have
little bit
another.
of
Oh,
seat.
you mean like people?
interacting with us through
That's
the
cool.
yeah.
That's
the page
awesome.
itself.
maybe some each person bring in some literature and read out of that and then
Nice.
discuss that to prompt discussions and
Yes.
Good stuff. Oh,
But,
you guys heard about refuge recovery?
Yes.
Yo, that
Yeah.
shit is
There's
ill.
a
It's
meeting
here
here.
on Friday nights, and I've been
Yes.
trying to get to it.
6:30.
Yeah.
They're starting one.
I need it.
Actually at I think at Derek's house.
Really?
He's gonna have a meeting there.
I want that up in the Anchor just selfishly because I want it. I'm all about meditation, bro.
Yeah.
But like
yeah.
I do
It's-
Teen Challenge Friday nights. I go down and visit the guys that are in there. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, we better wrap it.
Yep.
Yes.
Thank you. Guys.
All right. Thanks, Kurt.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in.
Yes, definitely check out the Anchor of Hull, North Street Community Church of the Nazarene.
Please like and subscribe to the podcast.
Yes, absolutely.
LOLTerms.com.
Yes. Yeah. That's
And that's
is that
a
a
wrap.
wrap?
Peace.
All right. Peace.
Peace.